It was a seemingly ordinary afternoon in Brentwood, California, a quiet neighborhood often associated with peaceful walks and upscale homes. But something unusual caught the attention of photographers and onlookers alike. Violet Affleck, the 18-year-old daughter of Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner, was seen walking away from a private conversation with her father, visibly emotional and wiping away tears. The sight sent shockwaves across social media. Fans and media outlets immediately began speculating about what could have possibly caused such a reaction from the typically composed Violet, who is known for her maturity and calm demeanor despite growing up in the spotlight. The setting was intimate, just Violet and Ben, seated on a quiet bench at a shaded park corner. Body language experts reviewing the photos later noted that Violet appeared deeply engaged at first but gradually turned away, visibly distraught, before walking off, leaving Ben looking stunned and still seated. The photographs alone told a powerful story, but those close to the family suggest something far more meaningful occurred in that conversation, a conversation that may have been building for a long time. According to sources close to the Affleck family, the conversation between Violet and Ben was not just casual, it was a heartfelt and possibly long overdue confrontation. Violet, now a young adult navigating the challenges of identity, family loyalty, and public scrutiny, is said to have addressed her father with raw honesty. Insiders claim that Violet had been feeling a mix of emotional distance and confusion over her father's recent personal struggles, especially surrounding his high-profile relationship drama and media coverage. The young teen reportedly expressed concern over his availability, emotional presence, and the way his choices have affected the family, particularly her and her siblings. One source who has worked closely with the Affleck family said, "Violet loves her dad deeply, but she needed him to hear her, not just as his daughter, but as a young woman who's been watching everything unfold. She needed him to understand how it's made her feel." The conversation, according to the same insider, became tearful not because of anger, but because of emotional vulnerability. Violet's tears weren't a sign of rebellion or conflict, they were the tears of a daughter asking to be heard, seen, and supported. Those who witnessed the aftermath described Ben Affleck as visibly shaken by the exchange. Known for being open about his struggles with addiction, mental health, and the pressures of fame, Ben is no stranger to difficult conversations. But this moment, insiders say, cut deeper than any tabloid headline or public backlash ever could. A source familiar with the actor's inner circle revealed that Ben remained seated for several minutes after Violet walked away, seemingly lost in thought. His eyes were reportedly glassy, and his posture slumped, as though he was absorbing the full weight of his daughter's words. Ben has spoken publicly in the past about how his greatest regrets involve not being the father he always wanted to be. In a 2020 interview, he said, "The biggest regret of my life is this divorce." Though he was referring to his separation from Jennifer Garner, it's clear that his regret stems primarily from the impact it had on his kids. This conversation with Violet may very well have served as another wake-up call, a reminder that even as he battles personal demons, his children are quietly absorbing every moment, hoping for their dad to rise above the noise and simply be present. As always, Jennifer Garner has remained the family's steady anchor. While she was not present during Violet's emotional exchange with Ben, sources say she has been a constant emotional support to her daughter both before and after. Known for her low-key parenting style and strong moral compass, Jennifer has made it her mission to provide emotional safety for all three of her children. Garner reportedly encouraged Violet to speak openly with her father, believing that true healing in any relationship begins with honest communication. Jen knew this conversation needed to happen, one family friend shared. She didn't push, but she stood by her daughter's need to speak from the heart. In the days following the event, Jennifer was seen picking Violet up from a local bookstore, gently wrapping an arm around her shoulders as they walked together. It was a quiet but powerful display of motherly protection and understanding. This emotional moment between Violet and Ben has opened up an important conversation about the impact of fame and personal turmoil on family life, especially for children growing up in the public eye. While celebrity families often appear polished on the outside, moments like this remind us that they too wrestle with the universal challenges of love, connection, disappointment, and reconciliation. Violet's emotional response didn't stem from drama, it came from a place of longing. Longing for stability. Longing for consistency. Longing for the kind of relationship where she doesn't have to question whether her father will show up, emotionally, mentally, and physically. This isn't just a celebrity update, it's a real, emotional look at what happens when the pressure of the spotlight meets the fragile bonds of family. If this story moved you, or if you believe in the power of love, truth, and healing, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.